I don't want to talk about your new house. No, we're not doing that.
Okay. What are we going to talk about? Isn't this the title My Shitty Podcast? That's what I thought it was.
This is My Shitty Podcast. I just could not get the name of the domain. and we're live now.
Oh, we're live. Hello, peeps.
We are. What's going on? Let me do my little introduction, and then you can introduce yourself.
All right.
Welcome to the Shut Up and Ride podcast, where we interview mostly mountain bikers, free riders, generally cool people. Shane fits all four of those three. You want to ask him a question? Kind of wait a little bit. I'm not a big fan of watching interviews, especially when the guests don't get to ask something. So I'm hoping you think of some good stuff. You know who this guy is. Shane from The Crashing Dad. Easily one of my favorite channels. Probably the guy that gave me the jump start on my channel a long time ago. So Shane, who are you?
I don't know about that. I tried to give a jump start to mountain bike advice, but that didn't work.
That's right. Well. I had 14 subscribers. You had like 75. And you jumped me up to like 18. So yes. I'll never forget that.
You know what? I'm going to hold you to a favor in the future.
Which is?
I don't know. We shall decide, Dad. That's like become this running joke with everybody.
I know I said it one time. But do we look alike? No.
Are you half Filipino?
I'm as Filipino as Elizabeth Warren is.
Uh-huh. So. When I first told my mother-in-law, she was like, "Oh, is it Filipino?" And I was like, "No, it's called Filipinas," which was probably one of the worst things to say to my mother-in-law. But yeah, I'm getting off topic here. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead and demonetize this. I was looking at the people I've interviewed so far, and the demonetized are Robert from Biker, big surprise, and Brian from bkxc.
Is it the swearing that gets you demonetized?
I don't know.
Because we said shitty right off the bat.
But you could say shitty on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Can you say shit on TV now?
I was watching Rick and Morty with my son the other night, and they say shit all the time, but they don't say the F-bomb.
Oh, I've added Rick and Morty to my list, my watch list. I just haven't done anything yet. I've got to finish all my South Parks.
Look at this guy.
Hey, you handsome devil, Ken. AZ
no
Dirt
kidding.
Life. Dude, he's on like every single one of these.
This guy's avoiding me. I want to go for a ride with Ken. He teaches at ASU, so he's probably sequestered like I am, deep in his office.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to do an intro and tell people who you are? And congratulations, by the way, on 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, you know, the funny thing is I have not... For my Sedona videos, I'm completely like dropped off the face of the earth, dropped off of YouTube and social media. I deleted my Facebook. What
was that all about? I saw that. What was that all about?
I almost feel like when you get more subscribers, you're pulling from a larger sample size, and the larger sample size you pull from, the more, I don't know, maybe trolls you get, or the people that are super negative, or the ones that always have an opinion that's right. And this isn't my full-time job, and it just wasn't worth it to me to try to interact with every single little one of those. So I started deleting comments, and I don't know. My feelings got hurt real easy.
Aw, there's Henry.
What's up, Henry? How are you, dude?
If you guys don't know who Henry is, War with an MTB, well worth a subscribe. That guy's helping out Marines, anyone with PTSD. Good guy.
Oh yeah.
Let's get back to me really.
So your podcast.
Did you go over the list of questions I sent you a long time ago?
So you sent me a list of questions, and I had like jotted down some of my answers, and I'm really hoping that you ask them in a row so I don't have to like go through the document.
Okay.
I'm sure you're gonna jump around because I popped in on a few of them and you were jumping around. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
My brother watches this in Austin, and he gives me shit all the time. You need to interact more with your guests and just stop looking at the paper. And I'm trying to, but as you know from the Joey podcast, which is awesome, which you guys should also subscribe to.
It's fun.
It's hard to be your own director.
Oh yeah. The best thing about that is I don't really have anything to do with it. It's all Paul. So I I kind of just participate, and I feel like it helps me. I don't know, maybe you feel this way, but the more you put yourself out there, the more you do a live stream, the more you do a podcast, the more you do a video.
I think so.
The more comfortable you get. And
I think so.
The less stiff.
Well, I can do this now. Look, there's Cobra Kyle. He's a pal of ours.
Hey,
check
Kylie.
this out. Watch this. Watch this shit right here. Boom.
Oh.
How about that? So I'm very serious. This podcast is really about promoting other YouTubers, and I've been a big Shane fan for a long time. If you want POV and that's it, there's plenty of places to go. But give this guy a subscribe. He's totally worth it. He does some good IGs. The Crashing Mom does some good IGs as well.
She has just created that account just to troll me. That's pretty much what it is. And
Who's
she was
biggest,
like, huh?
Who's the biggest IG troll there is?
Oh.
I'm going to say it and you're going to go, yeah, that's right.
Trail Features?
Joseph.
Yeah.
Trail Features, by far.
He's the one that, like, when the negative people come out or the people with the opinions, like, he has no problem just like giving it right back to him. And I don't know, maybe I should learn to be like that. But
I chatted with him at length about that, and I feel better about myself and my trolling, and I got to start doing it. I troll the shit out of Lenosky.
Oh, like on his videos, or does he comment on yours?
I'll text him.
I bet he's like, God, why did I give that guy my phone number?
He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this started and ask you some real questions to get you out of here.
Do you think
what kind of mountain bikes do you have now?
I have two 29ers. One is long travel, 155, 160, and one is short travel. The long travel is the Rocky Mountain Instinct BC edition, which means it's longer than the regular edition. It's a carbonium frame. I don't know. And then my second bike is an aluminum frame, 115, 130. It's a Transition Smuggler. I don't ride that one as much anymore because I've been on the Rocky Mountains so much. I don't know. I'm on the long travel bandwagon.
You gonna sell it?
The Rocky Mountain?
No.
Oh, the Smuggler?
Yeah.
Possibly. My wife likes that one. So I kind of just save it as a backup and for her. I don't know.
Wow. What are your mountain bike plans this year, by the way?
It was Whistler, but it looks like those plans are canceled.
Canada is the worst.
Oh, well,
Come on, Canada.
With just everything that's going on, and this year is just, it's not working out so much. But you know, I won't get to go to Whistler, and I live in a place that has horrible trails, so my life is not very good.
That's so funny you say that. That is my wife's motto.
What?
Well, my wife is just like, people say, do you want to go to Prescott or here or there? And she's like, we have great trails. Why would we leave great trails to go to here? And no disrespect to anywhere else, but I'm not driving 300 miles to go to a place like this.
Oh, exactly. Well, and the thing is too, is like, yeah, I absolutely love my trails. I could do my 100%, but I like to put myself outside of my comfort zone, like speed and jumps.
Where would you like to go?
Steep rock. I would love to go to Whistler. That's like where I would want to go, but we just had to cancel those plans.
Well, come to my house in Oregon.
Or Oregonium. You got some crazy gnar up there.
I've been talking to your wife on the side because your wife likes wine.
She does. And you make
I
your
know.
own.
I know. We do.
How do
We
you make
do.
wine?
From the dirt. You plant a bazillion plants and they grow and grow and grow for years and years and years, and you finally harvest them and you smush them with your feet, and then
But you do your feet.
we do.
That's cool.
We do. I don't remember what we spray on our feet, but we smush them first.
Corona.
Yeah, that's our first vintage is the COVID-19.
Yeah.
And then you put it into all these giant carboy bottles, and then you ferment it, and then you re-rack it, and it's boring shit.
Wow. Well, that sounds more expensive than just buying wine at the store, but
It is.
it's a hobby, I'm sure. Do you sell your bottles?
No, we just give them away.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever regretted selling a mountain bike?
No.
Well,
I mean, I had a hardtail that I started off on, just a $400 piece of crap, and I made that unrideable, so I didn't really have a chance to sell that. And for my first year and a half I was riding that, I saved up for an aluminum Rocky Mountain Altitude, and I sold that to go to my Instinct.
why are you a Rocky Mountain guy? What's that all about?
They feel so comfortable to me. It's just the geometry is not extreme or insane. I don't know. I demoed like 20 different bikes, and the Rocky Mountains just fit me perfectly.
Yeah, my first good bike was a Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
And well, I guess the question is this: do you get emotionally attached to your bikes? You like name them, like
Yeah.
Betty and Esther and Hazel.
I do.
And what's your bike's names now?
B. Because it's the BC edition, and it's gold and black, kind of like a bumblebee or a bee. So I just call her B. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably will have a hard time selling her, but
What's your
I don't know.
hardtail at 26?
it was a 29, and then I converted
Really?
it to 27.5 plus. Yeah, I mean, and then
Was
I
it a
went
one
to.
by?
It was 3 by to start off with. 3 by I think 7 or 8.
And you spent money to change that to a one by?
Oh man, well, like I said, it was my first mountain bike, and I was just like, "Hey, do I want to do this?" So I dropped $400, and then I probably put, when all is said and done, including the total, maybe $1,200 or $1,300 into that, just to, as I learned, as I transitioned it to single up front and tires and wheels and fork.
Are you any good at that stuff? That building shit and.
No, I like to try, but I usually end up like, oh, I tried this, and then I bring it in pieces to my bike shop.
That's what I was going to say. Where's the spot where you? All right, let me just bring this to wherever.
Where
is your bike shop?
bottom
What is your
bracket
bike
stuff.
shop?
My bike shop that I have been using is Over the Edge in Fruita.
But you moved.
Yeah, we moved to Grand Junction, which is, maybe 15 minutes away. And I recently used Ruby Canyon Cycles in downtown Grand Junction, mainly because my friend is there that does suspension service. But I'm not like trying to plug either shop or anything. But
I don't plug anything.
yeah, sure.
At all.
That's pretty rad, dude. I'll say, I love the Yetis.
I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Pretty lucky. All right, here's a weird thing. Are you a gearhead?
What do you mean by gear? Like, just do I get into gear, mountain bike gear?
One of the gateway drugs to being a gearhead, I think, is a hub. I got to have that hub, that Cobra Kyle sound. I got to have that.
Okay, 100%. I'm a gearhead.
Really?
Yeah.
A gearhead because it's, well, let me get into it. Let's get into the weeds here.
Yeah.
You could be a gearhead because it's cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, look, I have a pink hub, and I would dig that. Or you're a gearhead because you think that's better performance. Or both.
Okay, so I'm a gearhead because you mentioned the hub. That's kind of what made me think. It's like I got the super silent Onyx Vesper hub that has the Sprag clutch, 100% engagement or whatever. Like I absolutely loved that. And
Can
then,
you tell?
huh?
Can you tell? Really?
Yes. Especially in like the technical moves. When you're in like in the middle of the cassette and down to the harder gears, it's definitely like instantaneous, and it's silent when you're going. But when you're just above in the easier gears, I would say that it's a little bit squidgy. Like it gives a little bit, almost like because you have more power over it when you're in the larger
What
gears.
if that hub? So you're saying you love this hub, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I've got the hub. I've got rev grips. I've got that 1-up carbon bar that has it's a different shape, and I've got the stem for the garment, like all the little gadgets and weird stuff. I always have a different saddle. I've got big pedals, and anything that can be mind specific, I do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask last question on the hub. You love the hub?
Yeah, I do.
I love the hub.
I do.
However, do you love it enough that it would make noise? Would that bother you? Are you one of those guys?
What do you mean?
Well, there are guys
silent
out there that I understand it's silent.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is what if it made noise? Would you still love it? Same performance, same engagement. Are you that guy?
I probably would not love it as much. I love the silent aspect of it. I love the sound of the dirt on the tires, and just the wind in my hair.
You're a purist.
I don't. It's kind of like skiing or snowboarding. When you've got no music, you're just out in the middle of nowhere. It's super quiet, and you're going. Are you a skier?
I am.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, right? When you're skiing, it's just you.
I've only been skiing for, I don't know. There's how many pairs of skis behind me?
Oh, hey, there we go.
There you go.
But yeah, like just the sound of just you in the mountain.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
But I usually end up with someone that has like an i9 or a DT Swiss in front of me. That's.
I love that sound. I dig it.
I could get into it. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. This is all about you, not about me.
Yeah.
What's your mountain bike company called? So you manufacture bikes. What are you going to call it?
Love Bikes.
That's a great name.
That's my last name.
I know it's your last name.
Yeah, there we go.
That is the best name I've heard. Now, Love LLC, S Corp. What kind of bikes do you make?
Oh, it's tough because a part of me would say, let's hire Dave Weigel to do a DW design, because that immediately gets people on board. It immediately gets a bike magazine all about it. And, carbon 29ers, updated geometry. But if I really was to do it, I probably would hire a friend that actually makes bikes out of really high-end steel. And I would do like custom steel bikes.
You talking about the Reeb
full
boys?
Suspension. The what?
You going to cherry pick from the Reeb guys?
No, not the Reeb guys. Yeah, there's a dude in Denver, Colorado, Feldy Bikes, who he does just custom steel bikes. Yeah, he makes some awesome bikes. I probably would hire him to do the Love bikes.
And I've never asked this, what would be one of the Love model names?
Machine. With my name.
You're so egotistical.
The Love Machine.
So good.
Yeah, the Love Machine.
So good. All right. I ask this question all the time. What needs to change in the mountain bike industry, if anything?
Well, industry, culture. Okay. Industry, let's just pick a standard, for God's sake. Pick a standard, whether it's Boost 148 or 157, whatever. But overall, if I was to really answer this question, I would probably say diversity, whether it be gender, race, orientation. I just see it's a lot of white bros, white dude bros. No offense to basically everyone I know.
No. I asked that question, I don't know, it was last night or the night before, to somebody, and I was talking about the Sedona Fest, which I live really close to and have never been. And I do not do super well meeting people. Like when I met you, I was pretty quiet.
Yeah, you totally were.
When I met this asshole, Remington, on the screen.
Hey. RC has the link. You've got the link, RC.
Let's go, RC. Don't be a pussy. But I was wondering exactly, seriously, what you're saying. I think mountain biking seems to be such a sausage fest. And I know there's great women mountain bikers, and I think they should be, I don't know, just represented a lot more. I know a lot of people hear that kind of stuff. So it's good to hear you say that. I don't know. But on the other hand, I think that the mountain bike industry cherry picks.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, you're 17 to, wherever you hit midlife crisis, we're going after you.
I mean, it's all about the sales when it's business. Did they tell you that Sedona Fest was pretty diverse as far as gender?
No. You know who told me that was Joseph of Trail Features. Said,
okay.
No. It's very, very diverse, and I'm not a good person in crowds, so I'll admit that. And so I actually really wanted to know. I don't know. So, but I think that's a great answer. Hey, RC, get your ass in here if you want. What's your worst injury on a mountain bike?
I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had any broken collarbones or anything bad. I've cracked a rib, which, that was just kind of painful for 8 weeks. But when I was on my hardtail in the very beginning, I went to go ride Captain Ahab by myself, and I went right at the very beginning, OTB, landed on my head / neck. Pretty sure I was concussed. I kind of was out of it for a little bit.
When you were in that race, I think it was a year or two ago, and you tore your shifter right off the handlebars.
Oh yeah.
I was really surprised you weren't hurt bad there.
So there was like a dead tree. If the tree was not as dead as it was, it probably would have impaled me somewhere, but it just kind of it flaked into pieces as I landed on it, and it was in a big sand pit. So I was just basically in sand with a flaky tree. So I came out of that one pretty well.
It was cool that you waited at least 40 yards into the race to actually fall. I was just like, no.
I was just like, I'm in a race. Let's go fast. And it didn't work out so well.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. I've been lucky with injuries. So
here's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Will you ever own an emtb?
100%. I want it to be my next bike.
Okay.
I mean, and for me, it's not that I would ever get rid of my analog bike. Acoustic bike. I would never get rid of it. We have so many trails around here that are already motorized. Like people are riding their, I don't know what you call them, motocross bikes or dirt bikes. People are riding their bikes around here. We've got amazing trails. I would love to take my e-bike out there and probably do like some bike packing or adventure biking.
It would. Yeah. I remind people all the time, do you know why these mountain bike trails are out here? Because these motocross guys were out here in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they wouldn't be here without you. Wow, that's 11 interviews. And who's the one guy, can't remember who the guy is, that says, won't ever do it, get it, ever.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that guy. And he's coming down to visit me, I hope, this summer.
I don't know.
That would be great.
I just think you got to try it. It's so fun. For me, I know the gun example is a horrible example, but like, shooting a pistol is really fun. Shooting or a rifle, whatever. But then shooting a machine gun, it's in the same family of things, but it's way, I mean, I wouldn't say more fun, but it's fun in its own way.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's a good description. I would say like the first time I did it, it was unexpected. Like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was just going to be on like a little mini bike, and this is real work. And I constantly say this to people. My wife's an old lady, and she has a bunch of old lady friends, and they quilt. Mm-hmm. But every now and then when we're in Oregon, and we live on an 1800 vertical hill.
Oh yeah, I heard this one.
Yeah. And her friend will go, let's go to happy hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I go? She goes, no. And they ride a 20-mile loop. They go 10 miles into Hood River.
Wow.
Go grab a couple of drinks. She comes home and hair's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy moly.
But if you want to get in a great workout, you still can.
You can. My question you've been on one, right?
Yeah, a few.
Let me ask you this. On an e-bike, which I always mention this, my older brother is the e-bike evangelist of the planet. You couldn't ride an e-bike without some sort of assist. Go ahead, turn it off and ride it. I don't think you could. I have too.
With zero, it's not very fun.
No, it's not. But neither is an analog bike or an acoustic bike.
Yeah, when you're really suffering and climbing. I mean, and I think Robert said it best. He was like, "You're no different." Actually, maybe you are different, but like the dudes on the shuttles that are shuttling up to the top of the mountain to go down, like I don't think they have a leg to stand on when it comes to the e-bike argument. If you're using your e-bike to shuttle. Because you're on your bike.
I don't either.
On the trail.
I don't either, but I will say as much shit as I give Josh, the daily mountain bike rider, I do think he has a legit reason, and I respect what he's saying, and so that's fine with me. Next question, you ready?
Yep. I'm not.
Wait, is Mrs. Bobo up for all vids? Wrong interview.
Has he gone yet? Okay.
Okay, don't forget, this is all about other mountain bikers, other really good YouTube creators like Shane. Everything about Shane is in the description of this video, including what was the name of the really unbelievably cool hotel you stayed in Sedona?
Oh, the Skyrock Inn.
I hope you don't mind. I included all that stuff.
Oh, of course. That's cool. That's way cool. That was like the first time that I feel like any company saw value in my channel. And they're like, "Hey, we want you to come out. We'll put you up. We'll take care of you. We'll feed you." And I was really appreciative of that because they recognize the value of. I don't know. I did daily vlogs, and they got some decent views.
You know what? It worked. My wife and I saw that, and we're like, we should do that because I rode in Sedona the last time 20 years ago, and there was nothing. And now it's just, oh yeah, it's world class. Like, okay, I'll go.
It is great riding. Yeah.
Cake or pie?
Pie. If I had to choose. I'm not very much of a sweets guy. I remember when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, my parents were, "What kind of cake do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Can I just have some pie, like lemon meringue pie?"
Look at this. Crashing Dad is the one that inspired one MTB. God, I can't stand that kid.
No way.
Oh,
that little shit.
I know.
No, dude, this kid is so awesome. I know he is. If you're watching, Matt and I are just joking. Matt,
I know. I want to get you on this podcast.
It's Justin, right? That's his name.
I believe it is. Here he is.
Yeah, one MTB. He's freaking awesome. Hey, RC.
Can it be?
What is up? How are you doing, Broseph?
Is this when I come up with my new intro? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Remington.
Can you see me?
I'm behind the graphic, so I'm screwed.
Oh, there we go. You paid for the graphic, and now it's backfiring. It's been a while, man. How are you?
Shane, I'm doing great. Mm-hmm. I hope you and Matt are doing great as well, but I have to give you my intro real quick.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. And real quick, I came up with this just the other day. What's up, thrill seekers, outdoor adventurers, and mountain biking YouTube armchair quarterbacks?
Armchair quarterbacks
from all across the fruited plain and the Mountain West. I'm RC with Outdoor Gold, and you're watching the channel formerly known as Mountain Bike Advice.
You've been thinking about that for a while.
I've been saving that in my arsenal for several moments.
I love it.
You know you're gonna get. You know you have your own half hour coming up. So.
Well, yeah,
but
I do not mind intruding on Shane's half hour just a little bit.
So RC is one of the ones that like really inspired me to keep doing this YouTube thing.
Me too.
And I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, RC had a bunch of videos out he's in my neighborhood. He had a bunch of videos out, and I was stalking him and commenting and be like, hey, I was being one of those YouTube people that comment, hey, like we should ride. You know, come, let's ride. I really want to meet you. And then when I finally, I totally was. And then when I met him in person, I was disappointed. I'm just kidding.
You stole my thunder right there. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh,
no, but yeah, I totally was a fanboy. And then we got to meet and ride, and now we're good friends, I would say.
Well, if you don't know, I rode with RC almost a year ago today and had a blast. I'm a huge fanboy, and RC is another person that I owe a big debt to that shouted me out very early when I used to be a different channel. I used to be Mountain Bike Advice. We rode South Mountain, had a fun day, and I haven't seen RC since. And I'm glad you're back, RC.
You know, I'm back for the time being, and it's good to be back. I definitely missed making mountain biking YouTube videos, and you know, someday I'm going to break away from just that. I was severely disappointed when I went out to Scottsdale. Oh, I don't know. It was.
Thanks for calling me, asshole.
Oh, I might have sent a message, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm not there, and it was like, I was in Oregon.
Yeah, someone has 2 houses and a vineyard and their own mountain biking trail. And do you have more than 2?
He was busy running the field.
Maybe. My wife makes a lot of money. I'm just a poor professor at a state university.
RC, you need to get yourself one of those.
I do.
A sugar mama or sugar daddy, whatever suits your preference.
Or both.
Get adopted.
Now are you, RC, are you going to make more videos now? I know you got plenty of content, and being a male prostitute can't take that long.
You know, it's incredibly time consuming.
It is.
No, there are more videos.
Which one? YouTube or male prostitute?
Well, I was going to go with YouTube.
You did just put out your video of the trail that gave you excuses for the whole Sedona Mountain Bike Fest.
And I burned that excuse out. I burned that excuse out as much as I was burnt out of riding the Goat Camp Trail out there.
Goat Camp.
I've been on that trail. That's nasty. People have died out there.
Really?
I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, the white tanks. People go out in the white tanks all the time, just to the west of Luke Air Force Base. And those trails out there, I guess you can call them mountain bike trails, but they're nasty.
And I discovered...
and no offense to anyone on the west side.
Have you gotten any comments yet? Like, oh, that doesn't look that bad, or you were riding slow, or...
I haven't, but you also have to remember that I don't know how to really put this, that I've been trained in the art of taking all these negative comments, and then they just fuel me to the point where it makes me happy. I love the trolls.
Let me ask you both a question. Like, we all get bad comments. Well, I don't. There goes RC.
He's smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I got my cigar.
There you go. That a boy.
I cut out for just a second.
Let me ask you a question. Do either one of you really give a shit about bad comments?
We'll go with Shane first.
At first, it's really hard to not take it as like a personal thing. Like you read it and it's just like, oh, how could someone be that way? How could someone say that to me? And then I'm able to step back and be like, it's just a stupid troll. And then either delete them or, block them or whatever, so they can't comment anymore. Or I guess you fight back.
I do that.
I just don't need the negativity in the future.
Do you talk to your wife about it? Like, God, this guy said that, blah, 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 blah. You suck.
Sometime. I only brought it up when it got really bad. There was this one who I started getting messages from other people, like direct messages on Instagram, talking about how this person had said things about me and how they were disappointed in me. And once that started happening, I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Well, I know that the three of us are all at a similar level. I mean, Shane is the god of YouTube, but
That's true.
it is much easier for us to blow it off. I mean, or you get to like Paul the punter level, and Paul's got a high quality, legit business going there, and well worth the subscription as well. So is it easier for us to blow it off? What do you think, RC?
Well, if you knew me and you understand my line of work, there's really not much that's going to phase me on the internet.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, again, negative comments. They just kind of we're good.
You're fine.
Negative comments. Yeah. They kind of just hit me. They hit me and they just go off, and I find it entertaining. And if I get some really good ones, I might send them to some of my buddies as good quality entertainment.
Yeah.
I think someone called me mediocre, like aggressively mediocre or something.
Yeah.
Like that. No, moderate.
Just like Henry.
Look at Henry's giving you shit in the comments right now. RC is mediocre.
I agree. And I definitely enjoy being mediocre. Now, it just depends. I mean, again, I see so many negative comments in my line of work. I get some people with some incredibly awesome attitudes. And I say that sarcastically. So really, it just, I love it.
Yeah.
And even like at first, maybe you get a little shocked when you see some of the comments on there.
It is weird.
It is weird, but like, I just don't care. I love good I like it when people are interacting. Now, if you have a negative comment and like you have like something reasonable to bring up, okay, I'm listening. You have my ears. I'm listening. If you're just talking trash on there, then you're probably going to get a trash response from me.
Yeah, like Joseph from Trail Features, his girlfriend's like a clinical psychologist, and so he has a response like, "Hey, what's going on with your life? Let's talk about this." And I'm like, done.
Yeah.
Oh, and man. By the way, if Henry calls you mediocre, as you all know, he's way bigger than all three of us combined, and he's a Marine, so he can do that.
I don't know. I think it's when you're like us, we kind of have relatively smaller channels than, like 100,000, 250,000. I like to think that we have like a core of, fans that are watching that are generally your supporters. But then like, I think I've had, sometimes Brian bkxc, he'll be like, oh, like I really like this vid from Shane, and he'll share it on his community page, which is great. I absolutely appreciate that as kind of like a plug, but it always brings like the most thumbs downs I ever see, because he's bringing his audience to me and they absolutely hate me. It's like, yeah, I'll get the views,
so
but it's
weird.
You throw it out to a bigger audience and it brings more, it brings more of a sample size. It brings the views. But yeah, then I get people that hate me from Brian. I still appreciate it.
Yeah, Alexander did something like that for me a long time ago, and it was certainly a bump, but it was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
and it doesn't work out for me, and it especially doesn't work out for Alexander. And I always say that the bigger guys need to watch their brands. I mean,
yeah.
Let me ask you both a question. What's your number? What's your number to go full time? What's your sub number?
I don't think it's about subscribers.
If you would. Well, I mean, it kind of is, right? If you bumped up to a Hunsky, 2 Hunsky, would you have to consider it?
I suppose I'd have to consider it, but the career that I am in, my real job that actually pays more than $100 a month, which my YouTube pays $100 a month, it has great insurance. I know I can retire in it and be happy. I love it. Whereas with YouTube, who knows where the monetization is going to go in the next 5 or 10 years. And, someone like Seth, I think he totally, and he's doing it. He totally right now, you bank that exorbitant amount of money that you're getting every single month. You put it in the bank to retire, you save it, because where's YouTube going to be in 5 years?
Well said. I mean, what about you, Remington?
I mean, there's so many circumstances that I think like kind of that lead to that. And I don't remember what Brian's subscriber count was when he went full time, but I don't remember it being all too high. And it was a pretty big risk that he took to get.
Yeah, I remember Loam Rangers was like, what are you doing? What? Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
What about you?
I mean, for me, I'm thinking it's not so much just the subscribers. It's at that point, subscribership, people on the internet like that or not. And I'm saying it really is a business. And I mean, I have a channel and it's not that big, but I consider it a business and a great opportunity to meet a lot of great people.
Well, the Skyrock Inn reached out to you before they reached. I mean, they set that whole thing up through you. It was like, hey.
Well, it was mostly Tim, and I just greased a couple of wheels. Barely.
Let me ask you both another question then. So let's say there is a number, right? Or whatever it is. Would you want to do it? And to Shane's point, which I think is very important, you have benefits, dental, take care of your kids, you could retire. Would you want to do it?
Do you want to go, Shane? Oh, you want me for me?
Well, I said this to, I don't remember, but like you're driving down the street on a Tuesday and you're like, oh shit. I mean, I got a video to put, and even if it's one video a week, you're driving down the street on a Tuesday, like, oh shit.
It's hard.
Would you want to do it full time?
I would say yes. Of course, that's different than kind of going with like the reality of my situation as well. And the reason why I say yes is because, I mean, I do it as a hobby. I like doing mountain biking YouTube, filming some of this stuff, but it really is hard work. A lot of people think that some of these videos, you just slap them together real quick in 5 minutes and you upload, you spend the next 3 hours uploading and then you're done. And it's a lot more than that. And the bar keeps getting raised higher and higher and higher.
It is. But when you complain about it, you sound like a douche. Don't you think so? I mean, would you do it full time, Shane?
Part of me would love to, but the other part of me thinks about it as in like, I do this for fun as a hobby, and I absolutely love it, but I am so hard on myself with editing and the whole production of things. When there is like a sponsor involved or an obligation involved or money, and like if it was my livelihood, I can just see the like perfectionist in me going through the roof. And I know that perfection is the enemy of done, or I can't remember the saying of it, but whatever. But I don't know, like when someone sends me something and I have to make a video, I just stress about it.
Yeah, I do. And this is pure fun for me. And I think Bobo made a video a couple of days ago, and it kind of hit home like, cut that, don't fall in love with stuff. Let me keep going on this. Anyway, you guys are getting me off track. I'll ask you both, and RC, you're going to be back on here again. What are you guys not very good at? I'll start with Shane first.
I am not.
And it has nothing. It can have nothing to do with YouTube.
I'm not good at technology. Yes, I'm in the millennial generation, and growing up through my career, it was like, oh, like Shane has the answers. Oh, no, I really just have Google. Or, I impress executives of the company because I know how Control C and Control V and Control F, like shortcuts for copy and paste. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's magic. Or how to like basically use Excel. But technology in general, the auto setting on GoPros or cameras is perfect for me because I don't know.
That's why my brother he called me last night, and I don't stay up very late. And he goes, "How come you have potato quality?" It's because I have my MacBook Pro doing this, and I don't have my real camera doing this. What about you, RC? What are you bad? What are you bad at?
Well, I was just thinking that, I'm not very good at forming a complete thought. It's actually kind of funny because
okay, asshole. Guess what? Guess what? My wine is out.
Oh no! Does that mean that we have to take this over for a moment?
All right, you're taking over. All right, let's ask you a question. What are you curious about right now, RC?
I'm curious as to why I haven't been awarded the social distance champion of the 2000 teens.
Yeah, you've been gone. All right, moving on. We got to stay on track with this podcast. What's your go-to order at your favorite hometown restaurant?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I can't say I've spent too much time at the hometown restaurants as of late. Man, carne asada from a Mexican restaurant, that's always pretty good.
Good old Mexican.
That's a go-to for maybe like tacos or something like that. Tacos, definitely.
All right, cake or pie?
Cake or pie? Now that is real shut up and ride right there.
I'm going through his questions.
Oh, nice. That all of Matt's questions are all very James Lipton type questions.
That's so funny you say that.
I don't know who that is.
They are.
I know.
They are. I got a whole bunch of them from him. And there was one I think, Shane, you probably saw it when I gave it to you. It's like, if God is real, what do you want to hear him say at the pearly gates? And a lot of these questions are, but that's by design because I don't want to hear what you think about grips or shit like that.
Yeah. Well,
all right, let's do this. What's your superhero name, Shane?
Mr. Butt. Because that's what that's what my kids call me because I'm always farting. And so they were just like, "Oh, you're Mr. Butt." And my superpower would be propulsion via flatulence.
My kids call me Grandpa. What's your superhero name, RC?
I was thinking something pretty mediocre, thanks to Henry, but I'd go with the dude.
The dude. What's your power?
The dude.
Bowling.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Always good. All right, then here it is. What do you wish you'd known before you started out? And let's say it's YouTube. Look who showed up.
Was there someone here?
I can't stand this kid.
This
kid. I've talked to his agent to get him on this show, and he keeps saying no.
Oh.
He's got people. This kid's he's killing all of our channels combined.
He charges money.
I know.
Okay, so he's asking what I eat that makes me fart so much. I am lactose intolerant, and I love cheese. I love cheese pizza. I just love cheese.
Does that bind you up?
What? Bind me up?
Yeah, you can't poop for 4 days with cheese.
No, dude, it like clears me out. Mexican with beans and cheese when it's like sloshed in cheese. Yeah.
It's kind of racist, but okay. What do you wish?
I forgot what we were talking about.
What do you wish you had known when you started out?
Oh, for me, I wish I would have known that the channel would have been what it is, and I wouldn't have named it The Crashing Dad.
What would you have named it?
I would have just gone by my name. We don't need any more MTB channels out there. Like, everyone has changed their names or whatever they're called to be MTB related. I just would have been Shane Love. And I guess I still do whatever I want, but I don't know.
Didn't
I
you
don't know.
change your channel a little bit, RC? The name?
Well, I've changed it over the years a couple times. I mean, it started out as Outdoor Gold, and then it changed to Outdoor Gold Productions, and then back to Outdoor Gold. And now we're RC's Outdoor Gold. I don't know if I'm ever going to be done changing my name. And again, I'm not a professional outfit, so I don't think it really matters to me that much.
Yeah.
Do you what do you think? What do you wish you'd known?
You know, I think like had I gone into YouTube at that time, I feel like I would have been in terms of successful, way more successful now or way more successful now had I known everything that I know about YouTube currently. But again, it's just like one of those things I never took too seriously. And that's because I wanted to be a channel that was more than just mountain biking, that was all this other random stuff that I do. As you can see, like we got that page up there.
But that's a question
yeah.
I ask. I've started asking this all the time. You guys know this. You get outside your lane and people get pissed off. Like I'll kite surf like once every 50 videos and people are like, you suck. I'm like, oh, come on.
That's funny. I've actually thought about like playing bass on my channel. You're like, all right, this is a song that I did when I was 15, and here's a bass cover of it. It's just video of my fingers. Like, I wonder what the mountain bike audience would think.
What are you curious about right now, Shane?
Climbing. I totally someone turned me on to Alex Honnold, the dude who climbed El Capitan in Yosemite without ropes.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, so I watched a free solo, and then I watched the Dawn Wall, and like I'm just, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, climbing. I don't think I'll climb outside.
Did you watch Meru?
No. What's that one?
MERU. And so Jimmy Chin is the guy that filmed Honnold.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Jimmy Chin filmed Meru with Conrad Anker, who I'm sure RC knows. And I can't remember the other kid. And it was a giant, nasty blade in India.
Oh, wow.
But I did not watch Free Solo because
it's a good watch.
What do you think you would have done? If you're Jimmy Chin, you're sitting there, like you got the camera. Do you do this? Like, oh shit.
That's me when I'm filming for friends, and if they crash, like I know, because I mean you see the clips on YouTube or Instagram whenever someone crashes and they like drop the camera to go like help their friend. We're like, oh, like it would have been so much better if you just would have got the footage.
Yeah,
you know. I hate saying it that way, but even if I'm the one that's crashing, like I would rather RC stand and get the footage than drop the camera and come get me. But I don't know, with a free solo, that'd be a tough one. They were all stressing out about
who filmed RC. You filmed Shane when he did, was it the whole enchilada? And you guys were the first time you got it, and you took a OTB big.
Oh,
was that you, RC?
The Horse bench?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was all kind of like lucky point and shoot camera on my the chin bar on my full face at that time. But we just we swapped clips between each other videos.
And you guys both did Lenosky when he did the non-dab all the way up?
No, we were there when he tried. He dabbed a crap ton.
I'll let him know. I think he's up next. I think
this was the first time he tried. He came back to do it, but yeah.
All right.
When he was there, though, I was like all about. I was like, "Oh, Lenosky's here. Like, I guess I have to do the drop in again." And my brakes weren't working very well, so I freaking charged that thing.
He's such an asshole. He's such a nice guy. What's something you failed at, RC?
The question is, what have I not failed at? I got fishing stories, mountain climbing stories, mountain biking stories, and I think the one common component in between all those is you're going to experience some failure of some kind at some point. And I could even go and say goat camp as of late. I mean, it was a massive success and a massive failure all at the same time out there in the white tanks. But as far as like one particular like recent event or whatever, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
What about you, Shane? I mean, you've been married like 4, 5, 6 times.
That's funny. We are coming up on 13 years, I believe.
Good for you.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah. For me, I don't know. I really thought about this question, and it kind of follows what RC is talking about. I fail at just about everything long enough until I am mediocre at whatever I'm doing. My wife always says like, "Oh, like you're great at whatever you try," because I'm one of those people. You know, I'll go try something, and it's her perception that I might be great at it, but I'm really like, I'm trying and I'm failing and I'm learning. I'm trying, I'm failing, and I'm learning. Trial, fail. You know, like it's a process for me until I become mediocre enough to enjoy it, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'll move on to try something else." So
that was my follow-up question for both of you. So you fail. You learn from failure. You become mediocre.
Yep.
And by that time, are you bored with that pursuit?
No, I like to keep it in the stable, keep it in the toolbox to whip out later. Except for dancing. I can't dance. I've tried so many times.
I'm exceptionally bad at as well.
What's your what personal trait gets both you in trouble? RC, what do you think?
Oh, dear Lord, I know the exact answer for
Besides
this.
that shitty haircut.
I know. Well, we can't get haircuts now. So
you do that. So you do that yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. You're looking at the barber right now. And then of course Shane, he has incredible hair when it's not covered by a hat.
Always.
I think we have to ask the question one more time because I got distracted right there. It's like, well, remember that thing I said I couldn't keep a complete thought?
I forgot what the question is.
What personal trait
okay, yeah, I got
has gotten you in the most trouble?
Oh, it's definitely this thing right here. No, not the beard, the mouth. I'd say that my personal trait would be like almost impulsive speaking at sometimes. And I would say like you would just start talking and then immediately you'd start regretting what you'd said.
Wow. I mean, do you guys talk politics?
Oh, yeah.
Do you, Shane?
2020, Scotch Root. I don't really do much.
I don't know who Scott Schrute is. Is that?
It's The Office. Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute. No,
I hate that show.
Nah, The Office is life. I hate you.
I like that show. I like the one episode where Michael says something really awkward, and then hilarity ensues. It's a Gilligan's Island show. Michael says something weird, and then let's move on.
What's Gilligan's Island?
Get your questions up going out there, y'all. Let's ask you these guys some questions. Here you go. Dad MTB. I think he is married to my third wife. Where do you see your channels in 1 year, 5 years? I'm pretty sure. That kid looks just like me.
I don't see my channel really very much further than where it is, because my wife was saying, she was like, "You've got to do the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest because like half of your videos for the year come out during Sedona Mountain Bike Fest." I was like, that's true. I don't put a lot of effort into my channel, but when I do, it's a ton, and then I back off, and I don't know, maybe I'll have 1,000 more subscribers in a year, maybe 5,000 more in 5 years.
How about you, RC?
In 5 years, I think that at that point I'll have a much more. I think my goal is to make it much more diverse.
You'll have a name change.
I'll have a name change, probably 3 or 4 in the next 5 years.
Well, let me ask you a follow-up question to both of you. This is almost kind of interesting. Could you walk away from your channel forever?
Yeah, 100%.
And you wouldn't think about it?
No.
Okay.
I do it because I love it. If I stop loving it, I won't do it anymore.
Me too.
Yeah. I could walk.
All
I
right.
could walk away from the $100 a month.
Damn. If
And
I could just make $100 a month, I'd be pretty damn happy.
Ricky, no.
I know.
I'll send you some. I don't know what you call it when you pay your parents. Not alimony. Parent support. I'll use that money to put you in a home.
You must be half Filipino.
But only half.
Only half.
Is Paul ever going to get a sponsor for the Joey podcast?
I don't know. The thing is, it's like I barely have anything to do with the Joey podcast. I'm just there for awkward banter. I don't even banter very well. I don't know why I'm there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. The thing is, I just started listening to podcasts that are kind of similar format, just like bantering, like the Armchair Expert, I believe, with Dax Shepard.
I like that guy.
Yeah, Kristen Bell's husband. I just started listening to that, and I was like, we're kind of basically doing the same thing. He's just a much more famous / interesting person with way more interesting people.
Yeah.
And they have like their breaks and they're like, oh, how was your purple mattress? Oh, my sleep number is amazing. And these shoes, they're the best shoes in the world. And go to this and use this code. And it's like, I don't know if I could ever see myself doing that. But yeah.
I don't know. When is the MTB YouTuber retreat at Shut Up and Ride in Oregon?
When is that?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Let me tell you this, and I'll plug myself. The Vineyard Champions, which I've run for 3 years in a row, I can tell you that I have some really in shape friends, and they don't want to do it. What? Riding a mountain bike time trial for an hour at a time, it is a bitch, and I was wasted at the end of it. But this year, I have it configured so the turns are wider, but you guys have been invited since I've known you. Let's see what this says. Just be Nathan. Do any of you have any plans to road trip mini bkxc style?
All of my travel is basically inconvenience in conjunction with my work, because I drive all over Colorado and I have Moab and Sedona for accounts for my work. And people are like, oh, you should come here and go there. And it's like, well, really, I'm just here because of work. And I brought my bike with me and it's convenient. And my work just shut down travel. So I'm not going anywhere for a while. No road trips.
Are you locked down, RC? I'm
not locked down. And fortunately, I'll be one of the lucky people that get to work no matter what throughout this pandemic, which is obviously very unfortunate. But
yeah, if I would not listen to my advice, but if I was to give advice right now, what I would say is go to your local bar and at least do a lot of takeout for the next couple of nights. This is no one's fault. This is happening. Oh shit, a serious question. Are you guys getting out to ride during this lockdown? I rode today. That's why I'm wearing my
noise. Oh, the Mellow Johnnies.
I'm wearing spandex. Spandex is coming back in a big way.
You've always been wearing spandex. You wore spandex when we rode, and like shoes with no socks, carbon shoes. And
yeah, I was challenged by Josh from Daily Something Rider, whatever the hell.
Bike every week guy.
I said, I'm coming to Sedona next year. I'm wearing spandex. I'm going to show you what bountiful means.
Oh man.
All right,
I probably will get out to ride. I haven't yet though. Work's been crazy.
I had a great day today.
Nice.
I've been doing this Zwift. I'm good.
So you got out on a ride and you did Zwift?
I did.
Oh, nice.
2 days.
I've lost 30 pounds in the last 2.5 months. My man titties are gone.
Wow.
I miss them though.
Yeah.
All right, let me get these guys out of here. So thanks for everyone for showing up, and I can tell you that I say this almost every week, but I owe a great deal of gratitude to both these guys, because when I was super small, and I still am super small, not bountiful, these guys shouted me out a long time ago when YouTube was different, and I appreciate it a bunch.
Each
all
got
right.
him 4 subscribers.
3, thank you. But I'm serious, and I've always thought that both of you. This is so weird about YouTube, that both of you can expand your channels if you have the time. Shane, you could do that, and RC, I know you fly fish. I know you have a extensive outdoor experience, firefighting, and a bunch of shit. All right, Shane, what's your favorite word?
My favorite word. I like a good palindrome, like rotator or level, but I probably would say moderation.
Rotator's a palindrome?
Rotator. Yeah. Rotator.
Like race car.
The same race car. Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like a good palindrome. I really love the F word.
And we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, yeah.
That's the next question. What's your favorite word, RC?
You know, if I'm coming back on at some point in the foreseeable future, I might have to save our James Lipton questions.
No, it looks like you've knocked this one out already, RC. Just go.
I know that I used to watch you guys all the time. I think it was you and who are the other assholes that you would just call up before like StreamYard came along? Like, was it Kyle and?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Horns High mountain biking.
What was it called?
He's called
Sean.
Sean. Yep.
Oh, I love. There's a channel. You got to.
Oh yeah.
That guy is killing it.
Art.
And another guy, I can't get a hold of his agent.
JF Rides is out there.
Big subscriber to JF Rides. And your boy Dak. I watched that kid too. Dak Tag. Hey. What's your favorite curse word, RC?
Oh, man.
Go ahead. Demonetize this shit.
Okay. My favorite curse word is actually.
Wait.
Oh no, Justin's
this
here.
kid's listening. Should I knock him out of the?
And real quick on one MTB, if you want to talk about a channel that I think is going to explode, I'm not going to say this year, but even within the next 10 years, that's one that comes to the top of my head right there.
Yeah,
me too. And I hate that kid. It's just so weird. He looks just like me. But I think that kid is killing it. And I always say about YouTube, like people ask me for shout outs, and there's only one thing I really look for if I'm going to shout you out is, are you invested? You're not some guy that did one video, let's see how this happens, shout me out. I'm like, no, this kid's been doing great work, even if it's like going out in the rain and making a shitty ramp. So you guys need to check out one MTB, even though I hate the kid. What's your favorite curse word, RC?
Okay. So I was going to say.
Here, hang on. I'll get rid of him. Boom. All right, he's gone.
Okay, cool. He got kicked out.
Yeah.
All right. So my favorite curse word is probably damn. And why damn? Well, a lot of times
that's what I say. Why damn, RC?
Well, a lot of times when I go fishing, I see the damn river, the damn fish behind the river dam, and the damn workers, and the damn traffic. You know, it's just that when you're doing fishing, there are a lot of dams out there, and you got to below the dams.
Get it, Shane?
Have you ever watched the Aussie Man reviews?
Yes.
I absolutely love that sexy Aussie accent when he says, fucking hell. Like the
I do too.
F-A-C-K. I love it with the A.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you got to throw the A in there. Yeah, it's my favorite.
All right, Shane. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? And that is a James Lipton question. As a matter of fact, the last 3 are Lipton questions.
Are they Chef Ride questions?
No, because I'm totally unoriginal. I copy your guys' stupid shit. And so what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I'd go back into music. I did it growing up. Playing in shitty pop punk bands. I played bass, drums, and guitar, and I recorded in the studio a lot. I really liked that. I probably would open my own studio and be a producer, sound engineer. Yeah, I love the music. I just bought myself a new bass.
Nice.
How about that?
Put some bass on the channel.
Are you in a band now?
No, it's too time consuming. Working around 4 other people's schedules just doesn't work for me anymore.
See that having kids thing?
Yeah.
Bad idea. I got 6.
They're the worst roommates.
I got 6. You want them? I like some of them. How about you, Shane? Or I'm sorry, Remington. What other profession would you care to attempt? As if you haven't attempted every one already.
Yeah, right? Seriously. Man, that's always a tough question because, I can't say I really ever worked a job that I didn't find some enjoyment out of, that I met great people along the way. And really, between work and YouTube, it's all just about meeting great people. I'm also a political science major, so maybe I should actually go and get into some kind of political arena at some point, whether it be as on the sidelines or maybe it be as something else.
I say this to very few people, but both of you should do the bullshit profession that I do. And I'm not kidding at all. You're both great communicators, and you're awesome. So let me wrap this up because I've had you guys here for 1 hour and 12 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We're just hanging out.
Oh, well, then thanks, RC, for showing up. And Shane, whatever. Say hi to your wife and my kids. But I really do appreciate you guys showing up. That's a big deal for me. So thanks. I appreciate it a bunch, and we're out. Hang on, guys.
Pleasure.